Hey everyone, welcome to the Saturday Night Live. I hope to God you all can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can. I will wait for you. Get your super chats in, super thanks, or whatever it is you guys do, and we will get into it as soon as I have some sort of confirmation that everybody can hear me. Just so you know. All right, looks like the Viking Queen can hear me. So, I hope everyone had a wonderful evening. Full disclosure, just so everybody know, last week, one of the videos, I was giving away the pink Glock grip with some patches and all that, and that was won by Devlin. Devlin reached out. It will be on its way Monday. I did not get a chance yesterday to do it. This one was one. I gotta find it. Right here, the checkered with a couple of cool patches and a sticker. Was Jay Svel. I can't say the second part of it. But hey, I gave you a message. I tagged you in the comment section. Reach out to me and I will send it to you. That's all I need. Today we will discuss it, but nobody has come back for this one. It is standard black. And it is for a Glock 19, 23, 25, 28, 32. Came with the mortar. And we're going to add in, let's see. I got this one. It's Elmer Fudd. Be very, very quiet from Century Arms. And let's see. Get you a sticker. Let's see. I need a sticker. Right here. Invest in precious metals. Lead, copper, brass. All right. So, guys, that one's on the table today. So, get your chats in, get your comments, whatever, and we'll get you in the mix for that one. All right, let's get into some stories I wanted to discuss. First and foremost, we've got the merch store, which I hope everybody can see. There we go. Here we go. Merch store. I had to reset everything. All right, we got the merch store, guys, down in the description below. Always is a link to the merch store where we've got Freedom Through Violence. Guns and ammo, everybody's favorite. We got 5.56, FAFO. We got Dead Inside, but caffeinated. Disabled, but deadly. Houthi hunting season. If knowing is half the battle, the other half is violence. Dirtod. Curse of Mana. We got F, SLFU. Right there. Little Colonel. Jump down to it for you guys so y'all can see it. Right here's the Colonel. Pew Pew Hooray. Many others in there, guys. Tinnitus, Let Freedom Ring. I identify as a whole problem. That is also a nice one. All right, of course, if you guys need to get hold of me for any reason, we do have the website, which is gunguruactual.com. You can send me a message. There are all of the links for all the social media platforms dealing with videos. So God forbid that one ever went away. You can find me also on Rumble, BitChute, Greyhive, and Odyssey. Odyssey, they have a limited way to upload. It's a very low bit rate, things like that. So quality is low. If there's a merch store too. If you or anybody else needs a pistol safety course for your Connecticut or Florida Utah, Massachusetts, things like that. New York City is also included. You can go right here to that link, and it will take you to the pistol permitting class, which has, it's not me, it is for lock and load, because that is where I'm an instructor. So, just so you know, lock and load in Southington. Take the class there. All right, now, some of you may have seen the video dealing with a legal alert. FPC issued the following statement. There was a final ruling in Reese versus ATF. Now, what was the ruling? Simply that banning 18, 19, and 20-year-olds from buying handguns, you can't do it. You can't. It's unconstitutional. Again, I have to reiterate this. It does not affect us here in Connecticut. The law stands. 18, 19, 20-year-olds, you get a long gun permit. Everyone over 21, you can get a pistol permit. This only affected the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. It also only affected those that brought the case, which would be Caleb Reese, Joseph Garanich, and Emily Naqueen, along with the Firearms Policy Coalition members, Second Amendment Foundation, and Louisiana Shooting Association. Now, the kicker with this was, in 5, the judge said within 21 days of issuance of this judgment, those plaintiffs identified in paragraph 2 shall provide to the defendants a verified list of members as of November 6th, 2020. So if you became a member after that date, you, unfortunately, would not be considered part of this unconstitutional ruling. You are just, well, SOL. Now, the reason I bring that up, I noticed there are some videos out there where they're like, Pam Bondi wants a registry. They're talking about this. This is not coming from the DOJ or Pam Bondi. This was coming literally from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, FPC, Second Amendment Foundation, and even the Louisiana Association came out and said, emphatically, no, not going to happen. Well, what happened yesterday? As in, they're not going to release the list. Yesterday, a motion to alter the amendment. So it boils down to this. Just got to find it. Right here. They want to amend it, identified as plaintiffs, pursuant to paragraph 5, to alter the language of paragraph 5 and replace shall provide to may provide. And given the urgency of this issue raised by the court's judgment, all parties respectfully request a ruling on this motion before October 14th, 2025. So, you got to understand, in the government, the word shall is definitive. You will do this. Okay, I learned this obviously when I was in the military. Anytime you see shall, it means you have no option. Get her done. They want it changed to may provide. Okay, that means I may or I may not. As soon as this ruling came out, people were losing their damn minds because getting that list was contingent on this being ruled unconstitutional. Normally, when they do rulings like this, the judge says, okay, it'd be the defendants and members of Second Amendment Foundation, the Louisiana, so on and so forth, Firearms Policy Coalition, all members. That's the way the injunction was supposed to work. But they narrowed it. You're not supposed to do that. Just so you know. Let me know what you guys think. Should the DOJ appeal this, which I really hope they do, because that is the only way to push it up to the Supreme Court. If the DOJ, Pam Bondi, and everybody just accepts this the way it is, this law is, well, it's unconstitutional, and it only affects those listed in this. If they do appeal it and it goes to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court finds the same way that the Fifth Circuit did, then it will affect everybody across the board. Until then, it's only the people, the plaintiffs, and these members of the Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, and the Louisiana Shooting Association prior to November 6th of 2020. So, let me know what you guys think. All right, so before I jumped on here, I wanted to give one last look at news, see what's going on. And I saw a few things that were sort of breaking, and they were from earlier today. And I wanted to show them to you, just in case you didn't know. So this is coming out of Breitbart. Tim Walz drops the special session after assault weapons ban falls flat. So Minnesota just had a mass shooting, and the first thing Tim Walz wanted to do was ban them. He literally called them into session, a special session just for gun control, and well, it went nowhere. So you can see right here that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has dropped his focus on a special gun control session after his push for an assault weapons ban fell flat in the legislature. Now, he's the governor. The legislator is not exactly super majority Republican, but from what I understand, nobody liked this. Okay? If you're going to hold a special session on safety of our children and safety of our streets and safety of gun violence, we need to talk about guns. That's what they were saying. He then alluded to Republican ability to block the bans being pushed and described any possible session as a waste of money and a waste of time. Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus posted on X celebrating Walz's backing off the special session by warning that pressure must continue and be kept on lawmakers to keep them from caving. Governor Walz just blinked after weeks of promising gun control special session. No matter what, he's now backing off because you turned up the heat. It's working. I call this winning the culture war. Okay, and I don't know if you guys know this, but we are in the midst of a culture war. Them versus us. And we have been in one for quite a while. If you pay attention to mainstream media and you see the things that are going on, it's always like you feel like you're the one being alienated. Well, turns out it's them. They're losing because Trump won the majority of the votes. He won the popular vote and all the swing states. You look at latest polls with the government shutdown, and I hope you are all surviving this government shutdown. I haven't noticed a thing, and nobody else that I've talked to has noticed anything. But that being said, when you look at the polls, the media is trying to spin it like it's the Republicans' fault, but no, everybody overwhelmingly blames Democrats. And in case you didn't know, for anybody out there that is active duty, you will receive your check October 15th. President Trump came out today and said all military personnel will be paid October 15th. WIC will be funded also. He's using, I guess, tariff money that we have collected to basically ensure that our military and our veterans are taken care of, which is a good thing because they tried to pass just a clean bill that says, hey, no matter what, let's just pay the veterans, let's pay the military, and one party was like, no. So, there you go. Side note, guys, I know it's got nothing to do with guns. It was good news for my brothers and sisters out there still actively serving. All right. So, Tim Walz is backing down from his gun control grab. There's no stomach for it. Now, that's a win. But here's a loss. Also, you guys didn't see any of that. Right there's Tim Walz. Tim Walz dropping special session after assault weapons ban. Sorry. OBS is giving me the business. Let's jump over to Breitbart and double check our screen capture. Gavin Newsom signs the Glock ban legislation into law, designating most popular pistol a machine gun. So, what is this? I did a video on it earlier, and they're banning Glocks because they have cruciform triggers. So it goes on to say the National Shooting Sports Foundation, that's NSSF, noted the Glock ban will take effect July 1st, 2026. It bans the sale of all new Glocks, brand pistols, and Glock-style clones. So this would include like your Shadow systems and Rugers and basically anything that, when you look at it, it kind of looks like a Glock. The Glock ban is a Democrat-sponsored legislation fashioned to respond to the use of Glock switches, which are already illegal. Glock switches are federally prohibited, and they are plastic pieces that can be affixed to the rear of a Glock slide to make the pistol shoot full auto. Glock switches are widely popular with gangs and street criminals. Therefore, California Democrats are going to ban new sales of the most popular handgun ever made, the Glock pistol. Here's what drives me nuts. California's banning Glocks. Let me ask you a serious question. Do they really believe that criminals are walking into FFLs and buying Glocks legally? Or are they buying them on the black market illegally? Because apparently Newsom and the people in California believe that, well, they're buying them legally. Thus, we must ban them. Now, why am I bringing it up? It's so far away on the other coast. Well, remember, Connecticut is California Light, or East Coast California. So in 7042, HB 7042, which just took effect October 1st, that one little section that says FFLs can no longer sell items, guns, that are reasonably foreseeable to be converted from something legal to something illegal. We already had this. It took effect October 1st. California's will take effect July 1st. On May 12, 2025, Breitbart News reported the language of the Glock legislation, noting the Democrats secure the ban on Glocks by labeling them as machine guns, convertible pistols. Connecticut has basically done something very similar. A machine gun convertible pistol is any semi-automatic pistol with a cruciform trigger bar that can be readily converted by hand or by common household tools into a machine gun by the installation or attachment of a pistol converter, or specified in a pistol converter as any device or instrument that, when installed in or attached to the rear of the slide of a semi-automatic pistol, replaces the backplate and interferes with the trigger's mechanism, and thereby enables the pistol to shoot automatically more than one shot by a single function of the trigger. More language from the bill. This bill would expand the above definition of machine gun to include any machine gun convertible pistol equipped with a pistol converter, and thus prohibit the manufacture, sale, possession, or transportation of a machine gun convertible pistol equipped with a pistol converter. All that stuff's already illegal, but we're making illegal stuff more illegal by passing new laws. In other words, a new Glock pistol is now a machine gun in light of the legislation Newsom signed. And then it goes on to list who wrote this. Now, how long before you think Lamont and the cronies here in Corrupticate decide that's a good idea? Granted, we've already have something like it. And I think I have 7042 right here. So I will drag it out to refresh everyone's memory. Prevent the sale or distribution in the state of a firearm industry product, that'd be a gun, that is designed in a manner that is reasonably foreseeable to promote conversion from legal firearm industry products, so a legal gun, into an illegal firearm industry product, or an illegal gun. So basically, Glocks. I mean, honestly, we could read it as anything. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to say, you know what? It's reasonably foreseeable that somebody may purchase a shotgun and go home and, well, remove a chunk of it. That is foreseeable. Somebody could do that. That's illegal. That's a sawed-off. Well, I guess we can't sell shotguns to anybody anymore. strip blowers. Again, like I've reiterated, there's no guarantee I can make sure that you go home and build the compliant firearm out of that strip blower. How do I know that you can't just go build something that's been deemed illegal in the state of Connecticut? I can't. So would I be prevented from selling strip blowers? Nobody knows. Nobody has an answer, because this whole damn law, especially that section, makes no sense. It's very obscured with legal language, I guess would be the best way to say it. It doesn't say anything. It just gives you big, giant generalities. I can't speak tonight. And doesn't just set something in stone and say this. Don't take it the wrong way, guys. Don't scream at me. But at least California gave you something specific. The cruciform trigger, which is basically how it operates. But at least it's a component. Buying a legal firearm and then turning it into something illegal is illegal at a federal level and state level. And we pass laws to make illegal things more illegal. God, somebody help me with this. It makes absolutely no damn sense. I don't understand. They've lost their damn minds. Now, I did see this, and I wanted to share it with you. I saw this. It's from Consumer Affairs. These are the safest states in America. I literally just found this before I went on air. So, where do we sit here? Well, let's look. So I can just hover over this, but let's go into the top 10 safest states. All right, and it's based on violent crime, property crime, driver safety, public safety, and climate safety, because we all know that climate safety is super important. Number 1, New Hampshire. It is the safest state in the United States, according to Consumer Affairs. It moved up from number 2 last year. I love New Hampshire. It's a great state. They don't really have any gun laws. And it's number 1. So that tells me that gun laws don't keep us safer. It's the type of people that live there. New Hampshire is a proud state. They do not want gun laws. I'm not saying that they're red. They are purple at best. But really no gun laws there. So, number 2 is New Jersey. Who would have thought? New Jersey. That's insane. Sorry. I meant to open this earlier, but I'm opening it now. In case you're curious, it's a White Claw. I would have had some bourbon tonight, but not in the mood. Want something a little lighter. So number 2 is New Jersey. Number 3 is Rhode Island. Rhode Island's pretty safe. I mean, it's like this big. There's hardly anybody there. It is what it is. Number 4, Massachusetts, with a score of 83.4. It's safe. It's number 4. Massachusetts is nice. It's full of assholes. I mean, rural Massachusetts is great. I'm not a big fan of Boston. Too metropolitan for me. Here we are, guys. Number 5 is Connecticut. How funny is that? So, if you look at Connecticut's score, we are 81.9. And this is out of all 50 states, guys. All 50. Connecticut ranks as the 5th safest state in the United States, up from 6. The state excels in several safety categories, ranking 2nd best for violent crime rates and 9th for property crime. Connecticut is the 2nd lowest rate of rape in the nation, at 18.1% per 100,000 residents. It also ranks 3rd for the lowest rate of aggravated assaults, with an 83.3 incidents per 100,000 people. Now, if we go up here and we click on Connecticut, you get some stats right here. So we got to hover. Connecticut overall safety rank is 5th. Violent crime, we are 2nd in the nation with being super safe. Property crime is 19th. Driver safety ranks 17th out of 50 states. I'm sorry. I literally, on the way to teach class this morning, I saw a white dually Ford pickup truck embedded in guardrails. No other cars were around except one, but it looked like that vehicle stopped to render aid. So that dually just slammed right into guardrails for no reason. I don't know. Maybe there was a medical emergency. But me driving around the state of Connecticut, I really, no. That's a joke. Connecticut drivers are some of the worst. Not as bad as Masshole drivers. They are, ugh. Knoxville drivers suck too. Public safety rank. We are 33rd out of 50. So public safety is in the toilet. 33rd for public safety. And climate safety, we are number 7. That's ridiculous. So we see these stats, and we're like, well, Connecticut, we're in the top 5. It must be super duper safe. I was just curious where violent crimes, number 2. Homicides per 100,000, we only have 4. Rapes were 18. Robberies are 45. Aggravated assaults, 83. I was just curious where Tennessee was. So let's see. That's Kentucky. There's Tennessee. Tennessee overall is 43rd in the country. God damn. Violent crime is 46. Violent crime. Listen. Yeah, because of Knoxville, Nashville, and Memphis. Memphis mainly. You remove those 3 cities, it's rural. Super safe. This, you know what I call this, guys? Propaganda. That's what I call it. I call it propaganda. It's BS. Why? Well, I pulled some articles up real quick just to see. Right here. 13-year-old charged in murder of a 15-year-old. Let me refresh it for you. Restart my capture. Bam. Breaking. Now this was from yesterday. It's in New Haven. A 13-year-old has been arrested for a deadly shooting of a 15-year-old boy in New Haven, police announced. Caden Phillips was shot and killed near the intersection of Bassett and Butler Street, September 27th. It happened just steps away from Lincoln Bassett Community School. A 13-year-old has been arrested for Phillips' murder. The teenager, a New Haven resident, was arrested at home in New Haven. The New Haven mayor, Elliker, called the shooting between the 2 juveniles deeply troubling, emphasizing that the victim had his entire life ahead of him. Police said that the teen's arrest warrant will remain sealed while this case is dealt with in juvenile court. Now, here's the kicker with that. I was just reading the bottom line. After Phillips was murdered, the police department met with more than 100 kids in the community. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's the kicker with that. He's 13. So, we tried this year during the legislative session. It was proposed. There was a law, and mainly it was for 15 and above, that children, 15 or above, that do certain crimes, well, their crimes would never go away. They'd be stuck on their records forever. The way it stands now in Connecticut is if you're a juvenile, like this 13-year-old boy is, he's going to go to juvie court. He'll be sent to juvie hall. And, well, when he's 18, essentially his record wiped clean. So he did this, and the way the law reads now, the way it is, 18, it's all gone. And it's like it never happened. Now, it depends how they charge him, obviously. So if they tried him as an adult, then, well, he's an adult. But they said that it's going through juvie court. So in my head, it is being treated as a juvenile thing. That's it. That's insane. And everyone's like, New Haven's so nice. New Haven is such a safe... New Haven is a cesspool. I don't like New Haven. Next up, I'm going to grab it for you guys. So, you may see that there's like a rash of crime going on with the youth, especially here in Connecticut. We've talked about it in many videos where The older members of gangs have learned that if they do bad things and are caught, they go to big boy jail. However, if youth is used, they get kids to do it, well, again, juvie hall, and then at 18, their records are wiped. So, this is from U.S. News. It's from today. Alarming surge in youth gun violence mirrors Hollywood's obsession with the firearm, according to a new study. And of course, they bring up, look, Mangione. Violent movies and real-life murders involving guns and young people could be linked, according to a new study. The rising number of violent guns and blockbuster movies over the last 2 decades closely mirrors a surge in firearm-related murders among Americans aged 15 to 25 over the same period. Researchers at the Annenberg Public Policy Center at the University of Pennsylvania said. That's what they've concluded. The analysis, which examined over 25,000 random 5-minute segments from the top 30 movies and TV series every year from 2000 to 2021, looked at how often characters used firearms to injure or kill others, then compared those rates to the national data on homicides and suicides among young people. Researchers found a rise in gun violence in movies coincided almost perfectly with the surge in youthful firearm homicides, both raising the rate nearly 200% over the 21-year period. They found no parallel to suicide rates. In 2021, the hit action film The Suicide Squad, starring American actors Margot Robbie, John Cena, had the most gun bloodshed in 15 shooting scenes, according to the study. American Sniper, one of the most popular films in 2015, followed with 14 depictions. Right, it's a movie about a military sniper. Of course there's going to be shooting. Episodes of the hit America crime thriller series The Blacklist, released in 2016, portrayed gun violence 33 times. Okay, so they're coming back to blaming the movies. I'm waiting for the video games because they're like, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, that's a problem. I love that game. Now, here's how I think it's a bunch of BS. And this article is on the New York Post. I raised my kids as a father, and my children watched most of those movies, along with a bunch of others. They played video games like Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite and a bunch of other games. Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, tons of those. And my kids are fine. They're well adjusted. I was, well, part of their lives, and so was their mother. We guided them. We were parents. The reason there is so much violence with our youth is the parents aren't involved. It's not the movies. It's not video games. It's not rock and roll. Rock and roll, that damn Elvis. It's parents suck at parenting these days. Parents want to be kids' friends. I would know, I couldn't discipline my child. No, I want to be their friend. I want them to like me. I never wanted my kids to like me. If my kids never told me that they hated me at some point in their childhood, obviously I wasn't doing my job. Now, I love my children to death. I really do. But you gotta discipline them. And there's too many youths out there today just running amok. Where are the parents? Well, most of the families aren't parents. It's just mom. Where's mom? Hey, mom's working her ass off trying to provide. These kids are just left to run around and be little knuckleheads. No guidance. They fall in with the wrong crowd. This and that. And, hell, probably the schools might be doing it to them. You look at the some of the real high-profile shootings that have happened lately. You know, the attempted assassination of the president. The assassination of Charlie Kirk. These kids were in the public school system. I mean, is the public school system doing something with these kids? Are they radicalizing them? Is it the woke culture that's screwing these kids up? I don't know. I don't think it's the movies, because I watched some gnarly movies when I was a little kid. I'm fine. I think they're looking for scapegoats versus blaming parents and the woke culture that has eroded the nuclear family and just brainwashed our kids in the psychotic thoughts where they think Marxism and communism and socialism is a better way than America's capitalism, where they think guns are evil if they're in the hands of anybody but themselves, where they trust the government indubitably. If one thing has taught me, it was definitely COVID, and it was the government can't be trusted. They got a taste of the power and the lockdowns and what people were willing to do blindly, just listen, like stay at home, wear masks, take a shot, right? A shot that nobody knew. It just came out of nowhere. It's based on mRNA technology, which was not designed for this. And we have no study on it, but we're going to demand that you take it. Now, I never said I don't think you should. There's plenty of people out there, if your doctor recommends it, yeah, you should take it. If you're older, if you're sick and things like that, maybe it'll work. But just from what I've seen, and this is just me, those people out there that they got the vaccine tend to get COVID more. I've had it once, and it was bad for about a day. I slept it off, and I was right as rain. I was fine. And that's the only time I've ever gotten it. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it just felt like I got hit by a train. That's weird. I don't know. Like I said, it might be anecdotal. I don't know. I could have been a fluke. Never had it since. But I know people that are vaccinated from it and keep getting it. So let me know what you guys think. Is it the movies? Is it the music? Is it the video games? Or is it just our culture rot? The woke culture. The lack of parenting. All right, I'm not trying to beat you guys up, you millennials. I'm Gen X, so, the boomers above me, and then I'm Gen X, and Gen X just don't give a shit. Trust me, I blame Gen Xers for a lot too, but it's the millennials and all that. You guys are screwing your kids up bad. I don't know what to tell you. It's not just me, though, because while I was pulling up all the stuff for this, I came across this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me recapture. Bam. 11-year-old shot and killed while playing with brother's gun in Newburgh, police say. Listen, an 11-year-old is old enough to understand that you should not be touching a gun. Let me close this. So in New York, an investigation is underway after a source says an 11-year-old apparently shot and killed himself while playing with his older brother's gun on Thursday. It happened in a home in the Miller Street, and that is a tragedy. That is horrible. Why wasn't it locked up? All right. Why wasn't the child, the 11-year-old, taught proper safety? Like, don't touch it. Like, treat every gun as if it is loaded. It's not a toy. Point it in a safe direction. Don't point it at anything you're not willing to destroy. These are simple things you teach kids and let them know the responsibility that comes with it and all that good. When I teach classes, I always talk to the parents that have children, and I'm like, okay, you've got a choice. You can either lie to your kids and hide it from them, but unfortunately, kids are nosy little buggers, and they go snooping. And if they don't know, and you've never talked to them about gun safety, when they find it, this is what they do. They play with it, not realizing how dangerous it is. Or the flip side, you're brutally honest with them. You introduce it to them in a safe way, whether you use a real unloaded firearm, you go through all the safety checks, or you could start with blue guns, the fake ones. Those are great training aids. Start with a Nerf gun if you have to. Squirt guns. Lots of options out there, guys. Go through all the safety check procedures. Explain firearms to them. Bore them with it. Drive it into their little skulls. Get it to the point to where they don't care. I always ask the parents, I'm like, let me ask you this. Do your kids get jazzed when you break out the vacuum cleaner? Most of the parents, and I say most, are like, no, my kids usually run because it means you're going to clean. I had one parent that said, oh, yeah, my kid gets real jazzed over the vacuum cleaner. I was like, does your child like trains? Do they really like math and lighting things up? And they laughed. They knew where I was going with it. They said, no, they enjoy cleaning. It's a family time thing. I was like, okay, I get that. But most kids out there, I'd say a good 99% of them, don't get jazzed over the vacuum cleaner. And that's how you want the gun to be. Kids just don't care about it. They're like, whatever. Right? You want them to think that every house is like that. And it's a family secret. And they should not tell their friends. They should not tell their friends' parents. It is a family secret. But train them. If you are a parent and you have introduced firearms into your home and your children are old enough to understand what a gun is, and you don't take the time to train them, you are doing a huge disservice to them. If you are not sure how to address this, it's simple. You go down to lock and load, and there's a bookshelf there. And on the bookshelf is basically a book on how to talk to your kids about guns. It's full of words. They're for you. And there's tons of activities in the back. Those are for the kids. In fact, USCCA offers child safety courses that are geared for children and the parents, but it's a focus on children to explain it to them and train them. So if you see one of these pop up, maybe you should go if you haven't already talked to your kids, especially if you have no idea how to bridge that. I'll talk to Josh. If there's a huge interest in it, we can always run one. I'm a certified instructor for that. I can teach kids. We can get together and have a little child safety brief. I have the curriculum. It's a good time. It's not that long, and it's usually free. So let me know. Let me know if that would work. Or maybe you know someone who would be interested. But to me, this is a tragedy. And I also wanted to bring this up because I saw this and I was dumbfounded. So here I am ranting and raving about teach your kids gun safety. All right, parents accused of leaving a teen on the side of the interstate with a bag of handguns, telling him just fend for yourself. Where do you guys think this was? If you guessed Florida, you're right. Northport, Florida. Now, bring this up because me and Mrs. Guru and our kids used to live in that area. What the hell? So a couple in Florida is now facing charges after police say that they left their 16-year-old boy by himself on the side of Interstate 75 and just told him to fend for himself. Police said the couple also left a bag of handguns and cash with the teenager. Just drop the kid off it, bro. Figure it out, man. And dip. That's insane. I know for me, when I was like 19, I didn't even have it figured out yet. And I was active duty at that point. I was 25, I hadn't figured anything out yet. Hell, I'm going on 50 and I'm still trying to figure things out. According to probable cause affidavit, Northport police received a call October 1st, just before 6 p.m. about a boy seen walking along I-75 about a mile south of Sumter Boulevard. Now listen, Mrs. Guru is the one that gave me this article. She found it and she was like, what the hell? So I had to share it with you guys. The responding officer found the teen, who told him that he had been in a vehicle with Bradley Leon Guerrero Santos, 36, and Rosalina Mendola Borja, 35, and an 8-year-old sibling. The teen said that when he got home from school, the couple informed him they were taking a trip. When he returned from walking the family dog, he saw they were frantically throwing clothes in a duffel bag and loading them into the car. When the vehicle got onto the interstate, the teen told the couple he did not want to go on the trip, which he was told was either to Guam or Idaho, according to the affidavit. Bruh, you're going on vacation. Where are you going? I don't know. Guam or Idaho. I don't want to say that's night and day difference. I mean, that is Guam or Idaho. It's like, oh, I want to go on a tropical vacation. Oh my God, we're going to go to the Caymans or the North Pole. At that point, the teen told police the couple pulled over on the side of the road, gave him 2 bags containing a .40 caliber handgun, a 9mm handgun, and some cash, and told them to get out of the car and take care of the house while they drove away. Okay. My guy, if you're going to Guam, how the hell did you expect to get to Guam with 2 handguns? Idaho, I get. I mean, you can cross state lines with guns as long as you have reciprocity. Guam? No. You leave your firearms in your car to get to Guam? Jesus. This screams Florida man, just so you know. Attempts were made by the police to call the couple's phones, but each time the person answering the phone either denied being Santos or just simply hung up. When the police took the teen home, they found that the garage door and the front door of the home were wide open. When police entered the home to investigate, they found the home to be cluttered in disarray with firearms laying out in the open, the affidavit said. Wow. We're going to Guam. I'm going to leave my front door and garage door open. I'm just leaving guns everywhere. Damn crack ferrets. Police were unable to track the couple's phones and address in Florida, and local police found and detained them. Oh, they were able to track the phone, sorry. And then track them down and detain them. Santos and Borja have been charged with negligent of a child with great bodily harm. Santos has also been charged with allowing a juvenile to have possession of a firearm. As of Wednesday, both were still in Sarasota County Jail, each under a $500,000 bond. That's insane. Let me know, guys, down in the comment section, let me know. Would you go to Guam, leave your front door and garage door open, and just leave all your guns laying all over your living room? Let me know. Let me know if you would do that. I wouldn't. I never leave guns just laying about. Unless it's in my direct control, because that is against state law. Everything gets locked up. If we're not going to be home for a while, everything is locked up. If I can't take it with me, everything gets locked up. If I can take it with me, I take it with me. Everything else will be locked up. That's insane. I swear to God, these people, and you want to know why we can't have nice things? Why they pass these God-forsaken laws? It's people like that. God. I got about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to enjoy some White Claw. And I'm going to scroll through your chats real quick. So get them in there and see what we got going on. I'm going to start at the top with the Viking Queen. Good evening. Yep, I can hear you. Paul Lamb, all good. Devlin, Saturday Night Live. Let's go. Devlin, glad you're here. Listen, I got it. Did not get a chance to go to the post office yesterday. So we will go first thing Monday morning, and we will get it out to you. Just so you know. I haven't forgotten you. See Eric loud and clear. Yep. Let's see, Eric. I'll be more than happy to give the grips a happy home. Well, Eric, that's nice. You are in the mix for that black grip and all them cool patches. Hey, Wise, good evening. Devlin, sounds like a good time. Get all the Glock models we want. Yeah, get them while they can. And Gabriel says, hey to yourself. Jay's Vlogs just says laughy face, right? Let's see, New Jersey. This is from Devlin again. New Jersey is the worst. They don't just pass something that only a specific brand of AR-15 is allowed. New Jersey is the worst. I got a friend that lives there, and I always joke, right, before I ever visited him, I was like, bro, New Jersey to me is just Newark everywhere. And when we did finally go visit him, he lives in upstate New Jersey, very rural, lots of property, lots of big, expensive homes, things like that. So it's a nice area, but still, it's New Jersey. I wouldn't want to be there. Let's see. Act 44, 2403. So let's ban all the stuff that can be modified, including cars and trucks. Well, cars and trucks aren't the problem. Obviously, it's just the firearms. Just the firearms. That's why they wrote that little snippet. And it literally does not tell us a damn thing. And nobody knows. We don't even know how they're going to enforce this. That's the problem. So we all know October 1st, DPS 67s went away. But if you purchase a firearm at Lock and Load, good for you. In lieu of filling out a DPS 67, they now have a liability form. You must fill that out. Basically saying you're not going to do bad things. You're not going to do dumb stuff, things like that. Just so you know. Let's see. Viking Queen writes, Knoxville cops actually do their job, and in Union County. Don't speed through that time. Yes. If you're ever in Tennessee, guys, listen. If you ever enter Union County, do the speed limit. To the letter. Set cruise control. Do not speed. Union County sheriffs, they will pull you over and give you tickets. They do not play. That county... That is the one county I know as I go through it. Speed limit. Once you get into like Knox County, Granger County, or some of the other counties, going 5 over or so is not bad, but yeah, nobody speeds through Union County. Stupid YouTube wants to jump. Devlin writes, I blame participation trophies, and these kids are the way they are today. Oh, I hate participation trophies. Devlin also writes, the USCCA books are amazing. I got my emergency first aid one this week. Haven't put it down. It's good information. Knowledge is power. If you have kids, I'm telling you that curriculum in that book hits it right on the head. None of that curriculum existed when my children were younger. So when I taught my children gun safety, I just did what we did in the military. Talked to them, just drove it into their head. I made it kind of boring. As in, like, guns are like, guns were just kind of like, oh, okay, it's a gun, whatever. You know, I get to the point where I was like, Dad, can I see that gun? Like, here. And they had to do all the checks and all that. And it's under supervision. They wanted to go to the range. We went to the range. We shot appropriate firearms for their age, starting with .22 long rifle. They loved it, and they were able to do it whenever they wanted. Thus, it was not cool anymore. I mean, they enjoyed it, and they looked forward to it, but to them, it was humdrum. It was just like, yep, that's part of our life, blah. Okay, so they weren't like, oh my God, it's a gun. Oh, let's play with it. They were just like, whatever. I get to go shoot whenever I want. Let's see. Devlin also right. Notice the 2A bourbon is open in the back there. How was it? It is absolutely delicious. This is the original 2A bourbon. And as you can see, it is missing quite a bit. It's up here. I took down the tactical snacks, and these are like the only two I have left. These are both watermelon. One is sour. One is just regular protein. And I think I'm just going to gobble those up when I get a chance. The green apple and the peach ones that were sent to me from Tactical Snacks were absconded and disappeared. Mrs. Guru ate the peach ones and did not share, but that one. And she did save me a few green apple ones because I whined about it. So those are gone. So now 2A bourbons chilling up there. If you guys want some, let me know. I'll give you a link for it. I get nothing out of it, but there is a very specific link you have to go to get your 2A bourbon. Again, that's the original. The Smith & Wesson limited edition one is with Mrs. Guru. She is guarding it. We have to finish this one first. So, they're great guys. It's a great company. I love it. So, if you want some, get it. Chewing Bumblegum So is Grant v. Lamont going to SCOTUS? No. Grant v. Lamont is in Connecticut still. What we had at the Second Circuit with Cameron was an injunction. And that was said no to, so went away. Grant v. Lamont is currently sitting in the courts in New Haven, and they're just dragging their feet. It's really not going anywhere. This other case that is being proposed to the Supreme Court, it's not a guarantee they will actually see it. It's just that there's a brief written and it's been submitted to the Supreme Court for their consideration to be picked up. Is got nothing to do with Eddie. Eddie has reached out. I was talking to him today briefly because I was in the middle of doing things. And he's, I guess, trying to jump on board with that one. I don't know. I will have to talk to him further about it. See if he can give me any updates on his particular case. But the one that's going to the Supreme Court is its own thing. And I don't have any paperwork on it right now, so I couldn't even go over it with you. You just have to refer to that video I just put up there. It's great. It's good. I just hope they take it. It would really end a lot of problems throughout the country. Not just Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, all of it. So let's hope and pray. I know there's so many damn naysayers in there. You guys are all black-pilled. You're like, there's no hope. They're not going to do it. I'm like, I get feeling that way, guys, but listen, maybe if we throw enough cases like this at them, they'll finally pick one up. They'll get the hint. I don't know. Eric. Hey, my Democratic bros and I have a great idea. Let's reword and embellish the existing law and say that it is for the greater good of the people. Well, that's how they sell it. Or they tell you that's going to stop crime. Like when we banned open carry. They said it was a problem, even though the person that wrote it never saw it. When pressed, he goes, well, it's going to just prevent criminals from carrying guns. I have no idea how that one would work. But, hey, we banned open carry so criminals won't carry guns. Literally makes no damn sense to me. Eric writes, we will make the laws punish law-abiding citizens and not the criminals. Yes. Eric, it sounds like you work in the Connecticut legislature. Or you're one of the DAs that Connecticut has. Because that's pretty much what it is. And that's the way I try to explain it. If you're a law-abiding citizen and you make a tiny little boo-boo, like Heather, they're going to hammer you hard. But if you're a career criminal with a long history of breaking crime, meh, you're off the hook. You don't know any better. It's not your fault. You weren't given the opportunities the others were. And I think that's a bunch of BS. But, hey, that's the way it is here, guys. So, listen, it is heading to 8 o'clock. The chat is caught up with. I covered the stories I wanted to. I just thought some of them were kind of hilarious when they're like, hey, Connecticut's one of the safest states in the country. And then you just pull up article after article after article of, like, gun violence and crime. You can't make this stuff up. It's insane. Again, though, it's Connecticut for you. So, all right, I will see all of you later. Continue to throw stuff in the chat, guys. If you're interested in, I don't even know where I put it. If you're interested in, I gotta get it. You're interested in the Glock grip. It's all black for the 19, 23, 25, 28, 32. I'm including the mortar patch, which was fun. Elmer Fudd with NVGs from Century Arms. It says be very, very quiet. That's pretty cool. I like that patch. I have one myself. And the big sticker says invest in precious metals, buy brass, copper, and lead. So all of this can be yours for a simple chat. So throw it in there. Please tell me, hey, I really want that. And then we'll take care of it. We'll get you in the mix. So, all right, that's it. It's 2000, guys. I am going to go kick it and relax, hang out with the fam. And I will see all of you in the next video.